Hello and welcome back to another episode of the How Long to Beat podcast, a podcast made by members of the community for members of the community. My name is Matt, and I am with my co-hosts Leah.
Hello.
And Roy.
Ka-chow!
Today we have a very special episode as we have a guest with us who also brought a special discussion topic for this episode, as we will be later on diving down the murky hole of an odd video game platform from the past. And for that, we have with us an enthusiast expert on the matter. Calling in live from a Nokia N-Gage, we have with us R2D21999.
Hello, I'm R2D21999. Also goes by R2D2 and R2, or Dumpy or Dumpy Dumper, depending on where you meet me.
He does not go by 1999.
Definitely not.
I'm happy to be here.
With the crisp Nokia N-Gage recording, the genuine one. Hell yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here too, by the way.
Yeah, it's dope to have you here for sure. So for recording matters, I think that's good enough for the Nokia N-Gage recording.
If only we all had an N-Gage, we could all record with an N-Gage the entire episode.
No.
That would rule, but
It would
unfortunately,
rule.
But it has a 1 minute recording cap.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just
it's a
do it.
short episode.
That would. Oh yeah, okay. I guess in that
You
case,
you just do a bunch of 1 minute recordings for 3 hours.
horrible. R2D299. Great to have you finally here after long planning. Before we actually go into the discussion topic that you have brought with us, with you, we have a couple obligatory questions for you. And of course, at the very beginning, we are gonna have to ask you, how have you found How Long to Beat and when?
Yeah.
And you will be held at gunpoint if you don't answer.
Good lord.
Oh no. Hi. I joined the site in I think 2020, the summer 2020. You know,
Oh.
that's where a lot of fun things happened.
Yeah.
Where a lot of us
Yeah.
stayed inside.
Good gaming time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't exactly remember how I found it. I think I started an interest in collecting games, and I wanted to start cataloging my games. And eventually, somehow, I found my way to How Long to Beat. It's been a great tool for cataloging, and I love it for that. I also love the forums and the people. Shout out Everdread.
Hell yeah. Shout out Everdread. We pray daily to our Lord and Savior Everdread.
It's true.
It's interesting that you mentioned that you already had a knack for collecting games. I'm assuming physical games, like actual proper collection. When you started being active on How Long to Beat, which is gonna definitely be part of the discussion topic later on. But also, before we talk about the specific part of that collection, I actually wanted to ask you a bit, like, that collection of yours. We see you post about updates every now and then on like the Discord mainly, and it seems like you do have a very big knack for the oddities in the video game hardware, a lot of very strange little platforms and whatnot. So I actually wanted to hear you talk a bit about how you got into these like specific niches of like the strange stuff and not just regular games like most gamers collect, I guess.
Yeah, so I've always grown up with like weird gems on the Game Boy, just a bunch of weird fun stuff, like Zack and Cody, Circle of Spies. Ooh, very fun.
Jesus Christ.
Beautiful.
But I also really love the niche shit. Can I say shit? Can I swear?
Oh yeah, you can
Well,
totally
trust
swear.
me, we swear more than we need to.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
I guess that implies there's a minimum necessary needed amount of swears.
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing a lot of shitting and so,
Oh, you fit right in with
Not on
that.
this podcast.
Yeah. I do a lot of shitting as well.
but my love for niche gaming shit and handheld shit all combines together with a bunch of weird handheld gaming shit.
Right. The handheld specifically, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
do you remember like the first gadget that started your collection, the first physical gadget?
Ooh, like the weird shit specifically.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I get honestly, it might be the N-Gage.
Oh, really?
That might have been the first one to do it.
Holy crap!
I can't think of many others. Maybe the Sega Game Gear, but the N-Gage is like the main one I can remember.
Especially because the N-Gage was like such a different tier than the Game Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that explains the obsession then. Yeah, like it's truly like a prominent stone at the base of this building that you're creating.
That does actually make me want to ask a question, if I may.
Oh yeah, sure.
When did you first get or learn about the N-Gage? I'm like just curious, like when did this happen?
I don't remember when I first heard about it. But I want to say I first got this little thing in either 2020 or 2021. I think shortly after joining this site, or at the same time. I had a lot of money from my job working as a grocery clerk, so I spent so much of it on the N-Gage.
A good use of money. I think everyone would agree. Did you bring it with you to your work? Because it's mobile.
No, I don't bring any game related stuff to work. That would be a scary thing.
But it's a
phone. It's also a phone.
Yeah, was it your primary phone? Because I know Matt has said
no. I am thankfully in the 21st century, and I use a smartphone.
Last time we said reject humanity, return to Wii U. I say reject smartphone, return to N-Gage.
Yeah, I'm with that, honestly.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Phone for everything.
A phone for all seasons.
All right. Before we focus more on the N-Gage, I have a couple more questions about the general collection. Actually, would you? I mean, maybe you don't care to answer this, but I'm actually curious. Do you know what the most valuable or expensive thing in your collection is?
Are we talking video games, or are we talking like the tech?
How about both?
Either. Or, yeah, do one for each, I guess.
Okay. Well, my most expensive video game is Pokemon Box for the GameCube.
That makes sense.
That's still on top of the list. Oh my god, I remember you writing about that.
Right now, it's $2,000.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Pokemon Box is pricey, dude.
Yeah, I spent $800 on it. It was a
okay. That's a steal.
Good. I think it was a good investment. I had to. I was a little in the red financially for a while.
Oh my god!
Because I also paid for college at the same time.
But you got Pokemon Box.
But I'm still here, so
that's awesome.
And to give you the idea, if you go to price charting at new price, it's $7,000.
Christ almighty. So, and to be clear, that is just like a Pokemon storage thing for what? For which games even?
Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and that's it. It doesn't work with Emerald, doesn't work with Leaf Green or Fire Red.
It doesn't work with Emerald.
It works with Emerald.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I didn't know it did. Huh.
Yeah, you have to finish the Hall of Fame before you can do it with Emerald. You only need the Pokedex for Ruby and Sapphire. I don't know why they made that change.
Maybe that's why I've never heard of it.
Have you actually used the Pokemon box?
Very little. I looked on it to see what the previous owner had on it. They had a bunch of shinies of like pretty much the entire Gen 1 to 3 Pokédex. I think they were hacked in. I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah.
Because I think some were like level 1, but
that's less exciting.
Either way.
You can't do that back then.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I wonder what'll happen if they ever put Pokemon Box and NSL with a price drop.
But why would that even happen? Why, like, what purpose would it serve on NSO?
Look, man, they put the Virtual Boy on. Who knows?
The Virtual Boy rules. So
Why did they Pokemon box sucked? Did it?
It didn't. I don't think it did too well, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
there is that one Pokemon storage on Switch, isn't there? I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
there's something, yeah.
Pokemon Home, right?
Yeah, that one. It's pretty much Pokemon box, but probably better.
Probably. I do remember, even with the Nintendo 3DS, I had some Nintendo Pokemon storage service for a bit. Like, they definitely evolved that shit.
Thank God.
Thank God. And
then console.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check.
Or I guess other hardware that's not a game but is a gaming platform.
A little gaming gadget.
The boring answer is Switch 2. So,
Right, but that doesn't count.
Would that really be the most expensive? I think surely one of these old niche platforms would be pricier.
You'd think so. Let me see. The most niche thing I have is the PlayStation TV, and that's only $145.
What the fuck is that?
Wait, so is the N-Gage only like $100?
It's $118. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I can get one sometime.
My version, which is the QD version. I don't know how much the older version is. $200.
I suppose why would I want to even? I suppose the problem would be the games would probably be expensive.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a reasonable purchase.
I think Shadow Key. Let me check. Shadow Key on the N-Gage is $200 right now. So
that's
wild, dog. That is so wild.
I mean, that at least makes sense because it's the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
It's a must-have game.
So you've played a lot of these like niche consoles and collections and stuff like that, right? What is the shittiest one you've played?
Wow.
The Tiger Gamecom, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
that sounds right.
There's no redeeming qualities of it. It's hard to see. Every game I've played on it is like a 1 out of 10.
I can't believe you have that like in real life, like physically. I emulated that shit once and it was pain.
Yeah, it's bad. I think emulating it is genuinely the better experience.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I can't see anything. Like that doesn't matter if you have good lighting or not. You won't see shit.
Wait, the Gamecom came with a modem?
A modem?
I guess. I mean, I guess it was meant to be like an.
Yeah, it was a PDA.
Internet machine or what. Yeah, PDA, that's the thing, yeah. Yeah, it was wild shit.
The Gamecom Pocket Pro's primary competitor was the Game Boy Color. I don't think that's a competition.
That's not happening. I think if I'm not mistaken, the Gamecom was only on shelves for less than a year, I believe, before being discontinued.
I hope so.
Like, that shit was real bad.
Deserved.
Yeah.
No, it lasted 3 years.
No way. Are you sure? I thought it was.
That's what online says.
Well, I don't know if I want to believe that.
Probably because it was so cheap.
Yeah, cheap shit. I have one last question for this segment, which actually doesn't have anything to do with the collection, but with your username. Your username is R2D21999. Obviously a nod to Star Wars, I assume anyway. And I don't think I've ever asked you this in private, but I actually want to know it now. What the fuck is your favorite Star Wars video game?
Oh.
This is a lame answer, but probably Lego Star Wars.
No. I
Got
fucking knew it, and I was really hoping it wouldn't have been. That
sorry.
Like, those games are fine, but...
Wait, is R2D2 1999 because The Phantom Menace came out in 1999?
I think something else came out in 1999.
I think I came out. Not out of any logic.
I don't know. I did expect you to be younger than me, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty young, Gen Z, unfortunately.
Hell yeah, dog. Let's go. 6-7, my brother.
That's right, 7.
All right. So that was our like interview, our questionnaire. The next segment, we will open up the stage for you. Usually, we as hosts, we yap about the video games that we have been beaten, retiring, and playing recently. But as you are the guest of honor today, we will open this up for you, and we would really like to hear what you have been playing, retiring, and beaten lately. So why don't you give us a little tale? What have you been doing?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it turned out he hadn't played anything like we have sometimes?
I mean, that would be fair, but I guess that's not the case.
How would be a short episode?
Yeah.
And thankfully, I have a bunch of games in preparation for this recording today.
Hell yeah.
The first one I wanted to talk about was Tomb Raider on the N-Gage. Ooh.
Yeah.
I had that when I had an N-Gage as a teenager. I had Tomb Raider as well.
Did you really?
And I can, yeah. I had an N-Gage, and I remember having Tomb Raider and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I don't think I spent much time with either of those. So, considering the controls on that thing and how tricky Tomb Raider's to control, even on the better system, I can't imagine that you played through it all on the N-Gage.
I mean, he said being.
Oh, I did.
That's why.
I did 26 hours of Tomb Raider on the N-Gage.
You're killing me, dog.
All right, I think that leads to one natural, immediate question: was it worth it?
Obviously.
Honestly, it wasn't bad. I really
Alright.
enjoyed my time with it. I seem to struggle less with it than other people I've seen talk about it in the game of the month.
Oh, yeah.
For a second, I forgot the game of the month can be any version. I was like, how did the N-Gage Tomb Raider win game of the month?
No, it's just a port of the PS1 version,
It'll happen one day.
thankfully.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
It's a great version of it, honestly. You can save state anywhere. It has actual built-in save states. I don't think you can do that on the PlayStation 1. But it was.
I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe I read somewhere even that the original game had a limited amount of saves for a whole playthrough. I might be
What?
wrong, but I feel like I heard that before.
That doesn't sound right, but it might be true.
Maybe not.
That's
Maybe I'm just speaking out of my ass. Don't quote me.
Alright, don't quote me, quote Matt.
Shit.
But it's really good. There's a lack of cutscenes I noticed comparing it to other people playing it. I've never played Tomb Raider before, so this is my first foray into the series.
Alright.
That actually rules, yeah.
Yeah, but there's only like 2 cutscenes in the N-Gage version of the game, and I think I've seen like so many for the original.
Yeah.
Not sure why they couldn't put more into it. Maybe it has something to do with storage, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The game does crash quite a bit, unfortunately.
Wait, really?
Aw.
Yeah, I want to say I've had it crash once, like every play session I've had with it.
Wow.
Maybe
Does
like
it like spit you out back into the phone menu? So is the whole system down? Like, how does
it's
it
like
look
the
like?
whole system can't handle it and actually like shuts down the
That's
N-Gage.
wild.
It's wild.
We're off to a great selling point for the N-Gage. You don't play the N-Gage.
It's only up from here.
I am definitely not a marketer. So, I honestly really loved playing it. Other than the crashes, it felt really good. It was tough getting used to it because it's on the N-Gage, and they don't give you the controls outright. They don't tell you what the controls are. You kind of have to figure them out. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I had this, I didn't even make it past the tutorial like room, that like training room. I think I gave up before that.
You hurt my soul.
Sounds like my last playthrough.
I'm so sorry. The thing is also like at that point, the only experience of Tomb Raider in general that I had was Tomb Raider 4 on PC, and even there I had like trouble with the specific kind of sort of clunky platforming that Tomb Raider was known for back in the day, and doing that on an N-Gage with probably very low frame rate, I assume, and the millions of face buttons was probably not the best experience for teenage me without without taking the time to actually focus on it.
Yeah, it just sounds like you couldn't appreciate it at the time.
Yeah. No, I definitely hard agree. I would have, even off mic, we were just earlier talking about how I wished I still had that thing because nowadays I would for sure get much more out of this weird and interesting system.
I mean, apparently it's not that much money. So
I'm not gonna spend $200 for the system and God knows what for the individual games.
no, it was 100 for the system. You know.
I was looking at local eBay listings earlier, and it's not.
Oh yeah, and you'd have shipping if it was from the US. Yeah.
Well, no, they do exist over here, but I don't see good deals. Let's just say that.
We can confirm Germany has the technology for the Nokia N-Gage.
Yeah, for sure. We were a big Nokia country.
I guess we'll move on to my next game, which is actually 3 games. Parasite Pack.
Yeah.
This was I want to say it was a homebrew collection of games that someone had released. And apparently it was a very limited quantity. And I don't even remember buying this thing. I got the 11th copy out of 100. I probably saw it somewhere on the N-Gage Discord. That is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
They'll probably see this episode too. They talk about every N-Gage. They're dying of N-Gage content.
Shout out to the N-Gage Discord.
Hell yeah.
But it has 3 games on it. There's Flea, Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, and Flea 2.
This sounds like a Matt collection for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yep. I'm aware of this as well, yeah. It thankfully also exists on other platforms. It's on Steam and like Switch and whatever.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not stuck on N-Gage. I think Tapeworm Disco Puzzle was actually a Playdate game first.
Oh.
Interesting.
The N-Gage of the modern times.
Yeah, a lot more games on that though. A lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But the first one I played was Flea. Obviously, you have to start with the first one. It's a neat little game. It's a platformer where you're constantly jumping. You don't really control your jumping except for how high you can jump. It's neat. It's a little plain, unfortunately, and it crashed like every 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Even worse than full 3D Tomb Raider. Are you sure it's not something that's wrong with your system or something?
No. I've played other games. I played Ashen on it, and it never crashed. For some reason, Tomb Raider and Flea are too intense for the game.
Clearly.
Did Flea 2 crash?
Yeah. Oh no. Flea 2 did not crash, actually, surprisingly.
Well, at least they fixed it with the sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot, apparently. Flea 2 is honestly a better game in every way. This is what Flea 1 should have been. It's more difficult than Flea 1. Flea 1 was pretty easily the easiest game I've ever played on the N-Gage. Flea 2 was so much harder, and I appreciated Flea 2 for it.
Damn.
I'm seeing on the website that these games also come with like wallpapers and ringtones. Is that true?
Yes, actually, I saw. I didn't know it came with anything at the time, but I looked into some files and it gave me some ringtones, which
Hell yeah.
I'll probably never use.
Well, are you not taking calls on your N-Gage? Come on. I know you with your smartphone, but
I think the service went down, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah. It's sad. Its time had come long ago.
07.
07 indeed.
I think that's the year it went down, actually.
Oh no.
Shit.
But the other game in the pack was Tapeworm Disco Puzzle. This was also a neat little puzzle game. You're like a worm where you're kind of stuck on a tape thing. I forget what they're called. I'm too young to know.
A turntable?
Oh, it's literally a cassette tape. Yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
see it.
cassette tape.
Cassette
Yeah,
deck?
yeah. Your ass or whatever is stuck in the, in the cassette tape, and you have to like wiggle around to collect different objectives, and
Mm.
you can grow yourself by eating food. You gotta get all the little things. Every 10 levels is like a boss level
This rules.
where it kind of just turns into Snake.
Dude, Snake with boss battles sounds so fucking good. Also a Nokia classic.
It was honestly pretty good. Unfortunately, if you can't tell, I can't remember most of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's a short little time. It's good. Recommend it for anyone into puzzles, into Snake.
And tapeworms. I'm definitely interested. I've got this on my Steam
Yeah,
wish list for a while.
He checks all 3 boxes.
Yeah.
The next game isn't as interesting. It's not on the N-Gage. It's a PC game.
Dang.
It's NineHells. I believe this was a free game last year. I don't remember when I got it. I wouldn't be surprised if any of you have it too.
I don't.
You don't.
No, can't say I do.
Wow, that's a shock.
Is it? Should I have it?
No,
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
it's not very good. It's a Slenderman game, I guess, kind of, but you're being chased around by Satan. So you start off in a restaurant, like a McDonald's or whatever, and then the game randomly teleports you to like this awesome cathedral thing.
Oh wait, for a second I thought you were gonna say this McDonald's is like the first of NineHells, and I would believe it.
I mean, that would be a way better game premise.
Yeah.
I remember in the McDonald's section, there were a bunch of like random naked men outside, and they just spawned and just walked over to the door. They wouldn't kill you. They wouldn't hurt you at all. They would just exist.
That's just McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after the McDonald's level, you end up in a cathedral where that's when the Slenderman thing starts, where there's just a bunch of these. I guess Satan is walking around the cathedral. You gotta collect like, these little like rings that are on the ground. You gotta get 8 of them. Or at least I thought you were supposed to get 8 of them, because when I went for the 6th one, it teleported me to a circus, and suddenly the 8 pages or 8 rings or whatever didn't matter anymore. And I was in a circus, and there's
Just
this
like
clown
Zelda.
lady. This clown lady killed me, and then the credits rolled.
All right.
Okay.
Exactly like Zelda.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that's what we all know that hell is like, right?
I mean, I
Yeah.
believe
Lady
it.
kills you.
Yeah.
It's
Sounds legit.
it's an awesome game, clearly. I think it's still being worked on. I think it's in early access. But to be honest, I don't think this will ever leave early access.
It's not an early access, to be clear.
It's not.
Officially, it is not.
Officially, I mean, I'll say this: it's only 99 cents.
Yeah.
So, like,
99 cents too much, probably.
99 hells.
50 gigabytes available space storage
Eh.
for this?
It's probably all the
Yeah.
Unreal Engine assets.
Yeah, it's an asset flip.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's because of the clowns myself.
Are clowns known for taking up so much hard drive space?
I feel like
Yeah,
clowns take up less space with all the amount that you can fit in a car.
You're
say
so
that?
right.
but, you fit all the clowns into the file, but then when you open the game, they come out like the clown car, and that fills all the space.
Impressive. Yeah.
Holy fuck, dog.
The clown car video game.
That's NineHells. We talked a lot more about that than I
Yeah.
was expecting to.
That'll happen on the podcast.
I think we spent longer talking about it than I have actually playing the game.
Oh yeah, we've had that happen before as well. Yeah.
Damn, did it really only take you like 5 minutes?
How long did it take me? I think it was
Good thing there's a website where that's on there.
Yeah, how long to beat?
at 36 minutes. So
Oh.
maybe a little longer than I thought it was. But
We can stretch this discussion out if you like. We can get there.
no. I think we need to put it down now.
Yeah. I see the next game on your list is much higher quality. I'm excited to hear about this one.
Yes, Puyo Pop.
Let's go.
Honestly, not much to say about it. It's Puyo. It's you match 4 colors, like in the Tetris block game, whatever. It's Puyo.
Yeah. Does this have like a campaign or something?
It does. It has a story mode. Don't
Story.
ask me any details. I did not pay attention, and I think I accidentally skipped through it.
I can't believe you don't pay attention to the fake Puyo lore.
Yeah, come on, the
Yeah.
Puyo Puyo story?
What I did grasp from it, I think there was some little girl trying to get home, and you're playing as a little girl, and a bunch of people are challenging you to Puyo.
That sounds
The
about
funny
right, yeah.
thing is, the story mode does also involve Satan.
Yeah, it involves Satan at the end. I do remember that part.
So,
Satan gets
so-
you home.
so Puyo is one of the NineHells then, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's the NineHells I assume Matt is going to get sent to, where he has to play Puyo, but the blocks are constantly changing, so he can never complete it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If Tetris is my heaven, then yeah, Puyo is definitely my hell. That does fit. That check out.
Before this, I don't think I've ever played a Puyo game before. And it was pretty hard to start out with. But after I think there's 12 levels in the game. After the first 8, I stopped struggling with it. And I started just beating everyone from in the last 4 levels with no effort. I think it's a good way to learn Puyo.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe I need to get on that. I only played Puyo with the Puyo Tetris PC thing. And I gotta say, just stacking blocks is one thing, but actually matching the colors and setting up these combo things and whatever, that always kind of broke my brain.
I mean, maybe if you kind of go into a Puyo game, really dig into it, it all kind of click, like R2 was saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
I did kind of force myself, of course, because I don't retire games, and I didn't want to retire Puyo of all.
No.
I went through NineHells just to not play Puyo Pop. No. I needed to finish this game.
Damn straight, you need it.
I did try the other game modes on it too. It's standard arcade mode, endless mode. That stuff's fine. I'm not too much into the the endless modes. Maybe when I bring my N-Gage on a road trip, I'll probably play the endless modes or something.
There you go.
Not really something I'm interested in playing at home.
Fair, yeah.
But it's good Puyo. The next game is Walking Survival. We're going back to the PC games that I got for free.
Yeah. It sure sounds like one of those.
Yeah, it's a Vampire Survivors clone.
Oh.
It's very bare bones. I've never played Vampire Survivors or any of the clones before.
Even better.
You should play Hollow Killer.
I should, but this was not a good start to that genre. It's very basic and not much to say about it, honestly. There's different characters, but I stuck with the same one. I beat the game that way. Few levels you can play through, did all that. But it's pretty easy, not very challenging at all. Very boring. Very boring.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot ball.
No, I wouldn't touch it with a 20-foot ball.
Yeah, yeah.
The next game's a little more interesting. It's Paradox Soul. It's still not very good. It's a Metroidvania game. You're in a facility. I guess you used to work at the facility, and something went wrong.
As it always does.
As it
Always. It's not very interesting though. It's a lot of just walking back and forth, point A to point B, which I mean that's every Metroidvania game. This one was so dull. You die in one hit,
Yeah.
which is awful. The enemies don't die in one hit. You have to constantly keep shooting at them.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And then once you beat the final boss, it doesn't end right away. I guess you were supposed to go to the very beginning of the level, which I did. And I found out you're supposed to find 2 secret keys hidden around the many levels of the game. I then had to go back and find those hidden keys, and they were very hidden. I had to use a walkthrough. They were behind secret walls and stuff, which I know Metroid does that a lot. But
yeah.
But usually they don't like the ending of the game behind it per se.
yeah, it was very odd. You know, I think it's a start of something good, like a good idea. But it just wasn't. I don't think it was executed very well, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
Very sad.
I do actually own this game. I think I got it for free.
I think I did too, actually.
Where are y'all getting these, dog?
It was free on Steam for like 2 weeks at some point.
Oh, I see. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, I think someone occasionally posts free games on the Discord.
Right.
They
Yeah.
And
do.
usually I scoop them up. After playing these games, I kind of stopped doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
A learning lesson here.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just grab them. You never know when you want to play a shitty game.
Very true, though.
I think everyone needs to play a shitty game to
Sometimes you
appreciate.
just want something dumb and you don't want to like beat a game. You just want to like experience something new. But
Yeah,
Yes.
it being free means that I have like no qualms about retiring it. So like I'll just boot up a free game and be like, I'll play it for like an hour and be like, all right, now I can delete that because I got
Yeah,
something new
okay.
out of it and I didn't have to finish it. So we're done.
That's
you don't
true.
feel like, oh man, I wasted money playing this piece of
Yeah.
garbage or whatever. And like, emulation also works for that, but at the same time, emulation you do then get the fact that you can just there's so many options when you pull up your emulation or whatever.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
And sometimes the game is just good.
Yeah.
Well, not this one.
Surprise. You gotta play a lot of shit to find the gems. So
Yes, I'm always saying that. Oh, you always have to play a shitty game to appreciate the finer
it's
thing.
very true.
The next game is fortunately a little more interesting to talk about than the PC games. Requiem of Hell is one of those N-Gage exclusives we were talking about.
Let's go. Okay.
Hell yeah, baby.
A lot of hell in your list.
Yeah.
Wait, is this gonna be another game with Stain?
What?
Oh. Which game?
Requiem of Hell.
No, I wish.
Unfortunately.
I wish.
I can't wait to see what Satan has to do with some of the lower game, the last game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You'd expect there to be Satan, but no. I think the final boss is it is a demon. It's a demon in charge of these trees called dragon trees.
What?
Yeah. It's the story is very, very stupid.
No.
All right.
I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah. I, unfortunately for the podcast, I've played a few bad games.
I mean, the graphics look good.
No, we love when people play bad games on the pad game.
Yeah, I play bad games all the time.
On purpose.
Yeah. This one's probably the worst game I played throughout this collection of games. It's pretty bad. It's the worst N-Gage game I've ever played. And This game never crashed once. So
At least there's that, yeah.
Okay, optimization, baby.
my standards aren't very high,
Right.
but it's so bad. You can pick 1 of 2 characters. I went with a boy or girl. I went with the girl. Apparently, she died. She was executed because she was a prostitute.
Mm.
And this happens at the very beginning of the game. There's no spoilers.
Mhm.
No spoilers for Requiem.
People were probably very worried about spoilers for N-Gage.
Yeah, man.
But you're brought back to life by a fairy who wants to use you to fight these demons.
Mm.
She hides the fact that you used to be a quote unquote bad person. Because
Right, yeah.
Oh, this game's ugly.
Oh yeah, it's very ugly. It looks bad. It feels like a game that someone who grew up in the Bible Belt made. Like they had an idea for this game.
I can believe it.
Yeah, I could see that.
It also, to me, looks like one of those like fake video games. They show somebody playing a fake mobile game, and then it would like zoom out to where the rest of the TV episode is.
Yeah, it's a Diablo clone, I think.
Right. Okay.
It plays. It looks similar to Diablo, not very good. Your spells level up, and the higher the level, the shorter the cooldown it is on for the spells. I don't know if that's how it is for Diablo, but that's how it is for this game. And I found out through a walkthrough that I found because I didn't want to go into this game alone and blind.
Yeah.
I found out you can just spam the spells whenever they're active. Even if there's no enemies on the screen, it will like constantly gain XP every time you use it.
Wow.
It was very useful later on when I would just be grinding for things in the game, and there was a lot of grinding. Oh my gosh! If any of you are familiar with the CDI Zelda games,
of course.
yeah. In those games, we were required to grind for like 100 items or whatever. In order to progress to the next area. Thankfully, it's not that bad. You're not grinding for 100 items or whatever. You still have to grind for 8 items, and it takes like an hour to do it. I think it took me 1 hour, and then I wasn't able to save.
Oh god.
So I left the game for a bit. And I came back and realized I had to do everything all over again. And
You simply did not.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks ass.
The hell part of this game is real. I felt like I was going through hell the whole time.
You managed to beat it regardless, I guess.
Yes.
You know what they say, hell is other video games.
I was not gonna let this game beat me, so I beat it.
This is making me think though with the N-Gage, like what actually happens when you get a call while you're in game? Does that actually interrupt? Although, is the game like a separate operating system from the actual phone stuff?
I believe it is.
Yeah. I have some vague memories.
I think sometimes the phone will go to sleep sometimes when I'm like not touching it. I notice when I go back, it's on a pause menu for certain games.
All right.
Oh.
What are certain ones?
I think if you get interrupted by a call, it just pauses itself. I hope. That would be awful.
This does make me wonder, if you emulate the N-Gage, can you make phone calls?
Not with the emulator that I used on my smartphone a couple of years ago. And I feel like I have vague memories of my actual N-Gage back then, where it was a separate booting up. You either had a game going or the phone software, but maybe I'm misremembering that.
It has been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a long time ago. I don't think you can make phone calls, but I remember watching a Metal Jesus Rocks
Mm-hmm.
video on it where he talked about an episode he did on the N-Gage.
Yeah.
And he tried emulating it, but it required a SIM card or something. Like the emulator couldn't work without a SIM card.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
I mean, when it didn't ask me for a SIM card when I emulated that stuff, but
And
who knows what software he used?
Maybe some emulators could do phone calls.
That would be very strange.
Imagine how awesome it'd be to tell somebody that you're making an important business call via your N-Gage emulator.
I'm sure some people did back then.
Jesus Christ.
Very important people.
I only ever remember taking one single call on my actual N-Gage back in the days, and I think that was like to tell my dad to pick me up from school or some shit.
Damn, so you didn't use the N-Gage to its fullest potential.
Not really, no. But I still remember how awkward it was to hold that thing to your head, like because they intend you to hold it the way that it like really pokes out of, like you don't hold it flat to your head.
There's no way.
Yeah, no, I swear to God. I mean, I guess you probably could hold it flat to your head, but as far as I know, that's not the intended way. Like the mic and the speaker thing are not built in the way that you're supposed to hold it flat to your face. I don't know. It was very strange.
Yeah.
I wish I could have made
Yeah,
a
I don't get a
call.
lot of calls on my phone now either, so I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
Phones are not phones anymore.
No.
This is the most calling I've done on this phone.
Our times have changed.
That's how it looks like people hold the N-Gage when I look it up.
Yeah, all those millions of people with the N-Gages. Okay. R2, let's. What else have you been playing?
Oh, yeah, the games.
Right, yeah.
The next game I played was Operation Shadow. I don't know if any of you are familiar with SOCOM.
SOCOM these nuts?
Fucking hell, dog. God damn it. Yeah.
Vaguely familiar, yeah.
This is the SOCOM of the N-Gage. It's one
God.
of those third-person military shooters. You can ride in vehicles. It's honestly pretty good. It's probably my favorite N-Gage game so far. It's only an 8 out of 10, but it's good, but it's inconsistent in its difficulty. Some levels are ridiculously easy. I think I've beaten a few levels in like an hour, but there's certain levels where it took me an hour, 2 hours to beat. And this game took me 4 hours to beat. So a large chunk of my time of the game was spent on like 1 or 2 levels.
All right.
I think the second level especially was just insanely hard for no fucking reason. Any level where you start out in a vehicle is so brutal. You're on like a time crunch every single time. You have to destroy all these tanks before they destroy your base. You have to destroy some buildings, and then you have to quickly go over to a line of tanks that are trying to escape, and they will escape in like 30 seconds or less. So you have to book it, and you have to destroy all of them. And it's so goddamn hard. But other than those 2 or 3 levels, I loved the game. It was so good.
What did it so well that others didn't?
Honestly, maybe I'm just biased, but it functioned.
Oh, fair. That's a big point.
Yeah. It just felt like a good game. It felt solid. And I mean, I like Ashen, and maybe I should replay that again.
Hell yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know, Ashen's a Doom clone. I I think I've been referring to Ashen quite a lot and have not even like explained what it is. It's a Doom clone.
Yeah. An N-Gage
And
exclusive Doom clone. Very important.
yeah, that was the first N-Gage game I played. And I've been chasing the high of Ashen ever since.
What a banger.
And I think Operation Shadow actually surpassed it.
That's
Oh,
fucked. The
Wow.
legend has been beaten.
It's sad to say, but I think Operation Shadow overshadows Ashen.
Dang.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a
Um,
shout out to yeah, you know, How Long to Beat's Overlords IGN. They actually have a 14-year-old video on their channel where like the developer of Operation Shadow has like an interview talking about the game and shit. It's actually kind of dope. I found this just a minute ago.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. I will link it in the chat
Oh my god.
Sounds good.
for your enjoyment later.
Best news I've heard all day.
IGN needs to do more engaged journalism, honestly. That would like make them more popular with the gamers, I think.
They really do. I think the children would love to learn about the N-Gage.
Yeah, they love their phones. They would love the N-Gage.
Yeah. There you go.
Required viewing in school.
For sure. So Operation Shadow is your big recommendation now? Like if anybody only plays one N-Gage game, it's this?
Oh, absolutely. If you like
Wow.
shooters, you'll probably like Operation Shadow.
Damn.
It's really good. Really good. Aside from like 3 levels. But
Right, yeah. Like I have to say the Ashen thing, because that is the one N-Gage game that I emulated a couple years ago on your recommendation.
Mhm.
Ashen was cool because it did have, of course, being a Doom clone, all of the, I don't know, demonic or gothic or monster creation shit going on. And also, I feel like pretty unique city. Like, wasn't like a lot of the cities were like painted after like Venice or something, like that whole vibe.
Yeah,
Which was pretty unique.
I remember which city was based in. I haven't played that game in quite a bit. Unfortunately, I'm not the Ashen expert as much as
Not
I
anymore.
wish I
Yeah.
was.
But like
Um,
that was actually really cool, and I really hope that either N-Gage emulation gets better, so I can actually give it a proper shot. Because I didn't actually finish my emulation then back in the day. Or this gets a re-release, but Operation Shadow is a much harder sell for me because I don't think the whole military aesthetic is like that interesting. So the gameplay
Yeah.
must be really fucking goated in this to make me want to play this.
The gameplay is pretty good. I didn't have high hopes for it, and surprisingly, I didn't have high hopes for an N-Gage game.
Wow.
But it soared above my expectations, and maybe I am raising it up a little bit just because of that.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime I'll go back to it in the future with more tempered expectations and be like, well, actually, this game is pretty bad. But for now, it's riding my highs of the N-Gage.
All right, we will salute it as the best N-Gage game for now.
That's right. The next one I played is Colin McRae Rally 2005.
Dude, let's
Yeah.
fucking go. See, if I still had my N-Gage, I would be on that shit right now. God damn.
See, there's a reason to get N-Gage.
Yeah,
I mean, how much could this cost? $200?
too much.
And then what, $50 more or something? I don't remember how much I spent on this. Actually, it came with my N-Gage. Now that I think about it.
Dude.
Ooh.
It was in the cartridge slot when I got it. I opened it up and like, oh, I don't want a racing game. Oh, I didn't appreciate it at the time.
You didn't appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of racing games. I'll be real. Even Mario Kart kind of doesn't really grab my attention too much.
Yeah, me neither.
There's so much more to the world than Mario Kart.
Yeah, thankfully.
I don't know why I liked Colin McRae Rally so much, but I actually fairly enjoyed it. Maybe it was the lack of other racers on the road. I don't know if that's a thing for Colin and McRae Rally. I've never played it, never seen anyone play it except for like some people on the Discord.
Yeah, I mean, rally racing games generally don't have other cars on the road. It's just you. Most of the time, yeah, it's regular.
And then on Sega Rally had it, but I think that was more unusual. And also, they honestly just act as time checkpoints as much as anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the game, it's more so you're racing against other people's time rather than racing against them physically,
Right.
which maybe I enjoyed that more than just the alternative.
Maybe you like rally games.
Yeah, I think I do. This was unfortunately one of the games that crashed, and unfortunately, it crashed at a pretty brutal moment. You do 2 races at a time for like a rally, and there's 4. I think there's 4 races in a rally in total. So you do race 1, race 2. And then you're in like a midpoint where you can save, repair your vehicle, all that stuff. And then you move on to the 3rd and 4th races. I was in the last moments of the 4th race. I think the Italy map, and it crashed.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was so upset. I put the game down for like a day, I think, after that, to cool off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's frustrating as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost so much progress because I remember I think Italy was like one of the hardest maps of that game. Although I think the hardest was Kenya. Fuck Kenya. I hate.
Okay.
Kenya.
Dang.
All the homies hate Kenya.
Nothing against the actual country Kenya, but you guys, I'm sorry, Kenya, you have the worst map in Colin McRae 2005. There's random signs on the road in Kenya, and they're just like obstacles or something.
What?
They just get in the way. They suddenly show up on the map, and then I crash right into it, and I'm stopped for a few seconds to like, and then there's a whole repair system with this game, and it damages my car to hell. It was awful. It lowered my opinion of Kenya for like a few weeks after that.
Is this the equivalent of Matt's North Korea face, R2's Kenya face?
No, this is a completely different thing. Let's not equalize those two things.
I think maybe
knocked
like
down
the
a few pegs
opposite.
in countries.
I think Matt enjoyed the North Korea stuff. If I'm remembering right, I think you had an actual interest in it.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a Colin McRae rally game would go to them then.
Oh my gosh.
Kenya, I do not hold in high regards on the N-Gage.
Digital Kenya.
Other than Kenya and a few other really hard races in the middle of the championship section of the game, which is basically the campaign, it suddenly got really easy at the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
I think the last 2, I don't remember what the second to last map was, but I believe the last one was the UK. And it was really easy. I was like a minute, 2 minutes ahead of some of my of like
minutes. Holy crap!
Like the second place person.
He's not lying. It was easy.
Comparing that to Kenya, I was like maybe like I think I was in second place for some of those races.
Wow.
It was weirdly inconsistent with difficulty. I would have expected it to be harder as it went along, but not really.
I guess the UK needs to get on Kenya's level.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
I have to say though, so for a person who doesn't usually care for racing games, I do actually think the Colin McRae Rally series seems like a good if you're playing one racing game, this is a good choice kind of deal because those are like they held up as good quality games. And I also genuinely think from a technical standpoint, those I would assume do actually work well on a limited platform like an N-Gage. Your crashes aside, I guess that sucks, but I could very well like see Colin McRae really work well on the N-Gage.
Yeah, I agree.
Very good. I loved it.
I wonder something. I do have to say, could the N-Gage be crashing because it's getting old?
Yeah, I guess so.
I have no idea. It doesn't crash on every game.
Maybe the cartridges
like I said, for
messed up.
Requiem of Hell, that
Right.
that game never crashed. Although clearly it did not change my opinion of that game.
Right.
It had to be the shittiest game that doesn't crash.
It has to. I'm not sure why the games crashed. It seems random, and it's not always. It's not always at the same. I guess
frequency or something.
Yeah. Some entirely shut the N-Gage down, like Tomb Raider. I think for Flea, which crashed like every 10 minutes, it only crashed the software and not the N-Gage itself. It's very inconsistent for no reason.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
Going back to Colin McRae, really loved it. Probably my favorite racing game ever.
Not a bad choice, I feel. Yeah.
Better than Mario.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
you'll try out some of the other Colin McRae games that aren't on the N-Gage then too.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Only N-Gage forever.
It makes me excited for any of the other racing games on the N-Gage, which I think there's only like 2 more. I think Glimmerati and maybe something else.
What the hell is a Glimmerati, dog? What?
It's the Glimmerati.
What?
That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, does it sound? Isn't it intuitive?
Whoa! Glimmerati is developed by Bugbear Entertainment. That's the Flat Out 2 people. Dog, what? Homie.
You got so intense. This is actually developed before Flat Out 2 as well. So
It got good reviews at the time. I gotta get me an N-Gage with Glimmerati. What? That's actually hype as shit.
Oh yeah, we've convinced Matt to go spend $100 on an N-Gage.
Somebody needs to fix up that emulator.
Apparently, Glimmerati is like $100 though.
It's probably worth it from all I'm reading.
It's like $200 total. He can afford that.
Yeah,
dude.
I say that with no idea of what his financial situation actually is.
I mean, you can always sell the Pokemon box to buy yourself.
Wait, what the fuck?
True.
Yeah, it's boat races. Okay, I'm sorry for completely leading this podcast into this tangent, but that game actually looks like it fucks. So I hope you can acquire a cartridge at some point.
It also looks like there's missions or not a VN mode, but kind of like a Ridge Racer Type 4 story mode. It has voice acting.
It's fucking
voice acting. Whoa.
It sounds
so cool.
It looks like it's like 007 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, with a name like Glimmerati.
It can be anything it wants to be.
Damn.
This game is awesome as hell.
Press key 5 to start. God, I forgot the N-Gage is the N-Gage.
All right, dear listeners, everybody, please visit our GoFundMe page where we are collecting funds for R2 to buy Glimmerati on the N-Gage.
Guy failed the mission in 5 seconds. That's so sad.
Not to buy the N-Gage, just to ship it to Germany.
I mean, you could. No one can stop you.
Someone might try.
Maybe the Glimmerati is the N-Gages we made along the way. Anyway,
yeah,
I do want to say that the next 2 games on R2's list I'm very interested in.
Oh, me too.
They were the ones that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're the same game. But
no.
Nah.
I have Tetris for the McDonald's chicken nugget and Tetris for the 7-Eleven Slurpee.
Jesus fuck. Christ.
The food hardware portion of the show.
Yeah. I gotta say, the Slurpee Tetris just looks fucking wild.
It's awesome. It has a glowing top on it, and it changes colors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a feature.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want my console.
It's on the front of the box. Glowing top.
Surely it's reusable too.
You don't drink out of it, unfortunately.
Oh, you don't? Come on!
I mean, that would we do not live in that utopia where we can drink out of our Tetris Slurpee cup.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect that you can eat the chicken McNugget either after you finish the
Oh,
Tetris.
sure, but I was thinking if it's in a Slurpee cup, you can put it in the cup.
No, I don't think so. There's a game in there. It's already full. R2, do those Tetrises like differ in any way, or is that like genuinely the same like software?
They're very different. I would say. The chicken McNugget one, very monochrome. I think the Tetris wiki actually goes over it. It's, the chicken nugget is listed as like a totally separate game on the Tetris wiki. Whereas like the 7-Eleven Slurpee is like combined with a bunch of My Arcade versions of Tetris.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
There are specific power-ups to the Nugget or Slurpee?
I don't. It's. I don't know.
Like,
if
does
there are
it
any...
have the hold feature? Can you like slam the Tetriminos down fast?
You can't slam Tetriminos.
Yeah.
The Testaminos down.
Yep, that's it.
If you, I know you can't see anything on a podcast, but if you ever see a picture of it online, it has like a D-pad, and the top of the D-pad is 2 arrows pointing down, and that's the slam button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, we could put an image of it on the podcast, I assume.
Yeah, if I remember it, I will do that. Yeah.
The chicken nugget one is not very good though. If you had to choose between the chicken nugget or the 7-Eleven Slurpee, go with the Slurpee.
It looks so sick though. I love this design.
It's neat. It's definitely, I definitely use it more as a collector's piece than
right. Yeah.
something
really shocking. So now here's the real question: when's Matt gonna get these?
No, I'm not getting these. I'm gonna keep that niche for R2. I think that is his world.
Matt is waiting for the cockroach Tetris game.
Right. That's not, yeah.
One of the weird qualms of the chicken nugget one is you can only rotate it one way. You can't rotate.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can only rotate it clockwise. You can't do counterclockwise at all. This actually messed me up one time because I could have done a T-spin, and Matt, I'm sure you know how, like, well, for a Tetris beginner like me, T-spins are pretty hard to do. And I was so excited to do one, and like I felt like this game blue balled me because I couldn't T-spin because I couldn't go the right way.
T-spin on a fucking nugget dog. That's never before seen.
I know.
Man, it's too bad they don't let you T-spin by spinning the nugget.
that would have been cool.
They should let you slam down the piece by dipping the nugget into the sauce, dog. There you go.
Yeah, you gotta admit though, that would be sick.
It would.
Totally.
There's not too much more to say about the chicken nugget.
Yeah.
And the 7-Eleven Slurpee. This one was so much better. It has the glowing top on it.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
What I did find annoying about it, you have to unscrew the bottom in order to put in batteries. It's like, come on, this came out in like 2020 something. I think 2024 is when they first advertised it, or something.
And it does have rechargeable batteries.
No, you have to
Sucks ass.
replace them. I did realize after the whole battery situation that there is a USB-C port on the side of it, and I could have just used that instead.
Oh,
Wait. So it has regular batteries, but also a rechargeable battery in there as well. What?
I don't understand either.
What the fuck?
I don't know how it works.
Question not the wisdom of 7-Eleven.
I've never heard of
Unfortunately,
that.
there's not too much on it of it online.
Well, I mean, I think my bet would be the USB thing isn't for a battery, but just you can plug it in and keep it like on with that. Now, I don't know why you would do that. To be clear.
Yeah.
Maybe for the lights, for like the pretty light as like
Maybe.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Do you think you
I
can
forgot about the
use
lights.
Here's what I wonder: can you use the USB to download different games onto the server?
There's no way.
Ooh, you probably
Surely.
could.
No.
Yeah,
Stop
right?
it. What do you mean?
There's gotta be.
What is this running on? This is not. What? What do you mean?
Can you download games to the 7-Eleven Slurpee?
Can we play Doom on the 7-Eleven Slurpee?
I don't really mod, but I would mod this in a
Oh my
heartbeat.
god.
I mean, it has USB data transfer capabilities.
What the what? Why? I legit cannot imagine what you would put on. Like, is it running on Android or something? If not,
Well, it's
like,
using my arcade, I assume.
I don't know what that means. I guess.
I think it's like an arcade Apple thing.
An Apple thing.
I could be wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure My Arcade is like its own brand for arcades, like handhelds and
Right.
platforms.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe you could put Street Fighter 2 on there or something.
I doubt it, but I guess R2 you can experiment and report back.
Yeah. What is stuff?
Maybe I could do Puyo on it.
Yeah.
But that'd be hype.
there you go.
Revolutionary.
Puyo Slurpee. Right.
Not too much to say about those two at this point. Shoot, I lost my list.
You got one game left.
Oh, Samurai Shodown V or 5? It might be 5.
Yeah,
It's
I think so too.
You can never be too sure.
Yeah. I actually beat this game today, just before the podcast.
Fresh.
Yeah, I played it on the it was called ACA Neo Geo Selection Volume 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Neo Geo, okay. So another oddity, pretty much.
Yeah. It's a collection of a bunch of Neo Geo games. Very random. There's a bunch of fighting games. There's I can't remember that one shooter game. The Metal Slug.
Yeah.
There's a Metal Slug game on it, which is fun. I've been playing through it slowly for some time, and I decided to play Samurai Shodown for the first time. This is like one of the most difficult fighting games I think I've ever played in my life.
Oh boy.
I'm not really a fighting game guy, and the other Neo Geo fighting games were pretty hard as well. But this one was like on another level. There was one boss who would send goons at you, and there's one goon where if they grabbed you, he would heal himself for like a huge chunk of health. It was so unfair.
Right.
And he could spam them.
You just gotta not get grabbed.
I mean, just stop him from gooning and you'll
My
be fine.
freaking gosh, dog.
It was so hard. The final boss will two tap you.
What? Fuck that.
Yeah.
But you did beat this. So was it like really honing in on and learning the skills, or did you like look up some tricks?
I looked up a tier list.
Okay, yeah.
And the first person I played as was this big giant like cannibal guy. And
dope.
This was before I did any research into the game. He's so cool. but unfortunately, I couldn't get past like that one boss that kept healing himself. So I gave up and looked for another character to play as. I found out that cannibal guy is at the top of the tier list.
Oh,
So and I knew that didn't work for me, so I had to pick someone else. I tried following the tier list, and I could not find the character I wanted to play as. And if you don't know, there's timers on the character select, which is super annoying.
that's weird. So
hate
real
that.
arcade machine shit. Wow.
Yeah, it's an arcade on the on the Switch.
Yeah.
The real experience. You're on a timer for that, so I had to quickly just pick whatever character I found. And fortunately, I picked. I don't know if I picked the character I wanted to, but I picked this really pretty lady with a bow and arrow.
Dope.
And I would just spam projectiles the whole time.
As you do.
It was not an honorable way, but it was a way.
I mean, I must imagine if that actually works and the game doesn't have anything to prohibit you, then I must imagine
Yeah.
that game wasn't actually programmed that well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Really?
I think I saw some reviews on the How Long to Beat website that mentioned you can tell that this is the last game. This is one of the last games in the
Ah.
series because they were giving up or something like that.
Oh no.
I don't know much about that. I never played the
I
other
mean,
ones.
if you want like a bit of an actual answer, because I know some about this, this was from a weird time period where SNK had to close 2 years ago, and another company took control of them for like 2 years, and they had just become SNK proper again, like that year, and everything was still very kind of getting back into things. Is how I put it.
Oh.
Yeah, that adds up. But the bow and arrow chick was the key. My strategy for like the hardest of the bosses was to just try to get one lick of damage off, and then just constantly shoot at them. And they wouldn't take damage most of the time. They would just stop and deflect, and they would back up.
Yeah.
And I would just wait for the timer to run out. And then
Yeah,
I won.
Okay.
Every
Okay.
time. Yeah.
That's playing smart, honestly.
I mean, in the great words of Justin Long, the key to winning the game is to find the shitty, cheesy tactic and abuse it over and over.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. That's the spirit of gaming right there, yeah.
You're really just playing like a competitive fighter when you do something like that.
Yeah. That's everything I beat.
Right. And you say you never retire anything, so you don't have anything to mention there.
Yeah.
But surely you are playing something right now.
Quite a bit. Comparing my completions to my playing, you'd think I'm like two different gamers.
Right?
Dang.
I'm playing. I finished some of like the most niche stuff ever, but you can see on my playing list, I have a bunch of popular games on my list.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that just says you're a well-rounded person.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, a person. Yeah.
Fine, well-rounded robot, R2D2.
Yeah.
The first one I've been playing is Baldur's Gate 3. I've actually been playing that as part of a challenge. Every year I have there's like a few people I have picked from my backlog to what I play throughout like the next year.
Yeah.
I think this was picked by Marissa, or I think she goes by Japani Kitty.
Japanicati.
Yeah,
Yep.
Japanicati on How Long to Beat. I'm like 60 hours into this game, and there is so much to do. I'm still on Act 1 of 3.
Oh my god.
I thought I was done with Act 1. because there's like some story stuff, and I thought that once I finished that, I'm done. But I'm in like a whole new second area, and it's still Act 1. This game kind of blows my mind, man.
In a good way or in a bad way?
A good way.
Okay, cool.
There's so much to this game. I won't dwell on it too much because I think this game has been talked about to death at this point.
I don't care if you've got opinions. You're the guest.
Sure,
You're the
yeah,
dude
that's
who's like
true.
saying stuff that we don't normally hear. Fuck it, just go off, King.
Yeah. But Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game, but I would also say it's like one of the more least interesting games on my list.
Wow.
Alright.
I mean, it's hard to compete with N-Gage, that is true.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with Requiem of Hell.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate's great. I don't like how my companions will constantly walk into traps and I have to reload because they die from like an explosive and they set off a whole chain of explosions. That makes me sad. I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 or whatever. But I think it's definitely like a 9 out of 10. I'm still in like the very beginning parts of the game though. It could go anywhere.
Clearly. Just 60 hours in.
This actually makes me wonder, do you ever play like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic?
I haven't. I actually haven't played many Star Wars games. I'm kind of a LARPer in that aspect, as the kids say.
A LARPer?
Yeah.
I forget if you own them. Maybe next year I'll tell you to play one if you do for your list. Because those are pretty good games. And they kind of have like that Western RPG, play style and energy like a Baldur's Gate. So maybe you'd enjoy it.
I think the only non-Lego Star Wars game I played was Jedi. It was one of the older FPS games. I can't remember.
Oh,
it's not Jedi Survivor.
Academy?
It's like Jedi Dark Jedi or Academy or whatever.
Yeah, I think Academy. I think that's right. I did play that one, which I thought was pretty good.
I mean, if you like rally games and maybe you try out some of the racers, Star Wars Racers coming out.
It's true.
And there's also the old one still. That's also fucking great.
I mean, it's good. It's odd.
Yeah. The next two, I'm kind of just going to gloss over because they're both the same game, really. There's Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. They're both hero shooters.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
I do think I like Marvel Rivals more, but I've also put 1,000 hours into Marvel Rivals at this point.
Christ almighty, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, who's your main character?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Last I checked, the character I put the most hours into was Magneto.
Wow.
Classic
guy.
Who's your least? Who do you hate to face?
Spider-Man. I hate Spider-Man.
That stupid, snappy Spider-Man.
I've never hated Spider-Man more than I do in this game. I understand why he has such a large rogues gallery, because no one likes him.
He's an annoying asshole.
He's so annoying.
Easily
if he had
hateable.
been Roach Man, he would have been a lot more popular.
Roach Man.
Well, I don't know about that in New York, but yeah.
Right.
That's true. He would have been more relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pigeon Man probably would get the votes here.
The other one is Overwatch. I haven't put much time into this one. I just started it like a month ago because one of my friends was like, "Hey, we should play Overwatch," and I finally just gave up and like, yeah, we'll play Overwatch, man.
Oh, my condolences.
Just to make him happy because we were both slowly starting to lose interest in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
A month later, still playing it with them.
In that case, who'd you start out gravitating to in Overwatch then?
The first couple of characters I picked were Kiriko and I think Juno. just because I want to start out with kind of an easier role, where I didn't have to focus on killing people too much. And they're pretty good healers. I've been playing more Ramatra, who's like this tank. He's pretty similar to Magneto, actually. So
Makes sense.
I think there's a reason why I gravitated towards him eventually.
I've never heard of any of these character names.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you told me you never heard of Overwatch, I'd believe you.
No. I feel like that's impossible at this point.
I used to play Overwatch, but like a lot of the I think the last one when I stopped playing, I think Orisa was the last new one. So there's like so many more since she's been. So like people like mention Overwatch, and I'm like, oh, who do you play? And then they mention somebody, I'm like, I have no idea.
I know the character names because I like know someone who plays Overwatch, kind of things. So I just hear about it through the grapevine. I think I already told my Overwatch story. I don't remember.
We can leave it at that.
But I like Ramatra. He's like this robot monk. When you press a button, he'll become like this beefy guy and just start punching people. I really like that part about him. I like the beefiness.
So that guy actually has like melee attacks. I kind of thought Overwatch was all shooty.
Overwatch has multiple melee-based characters, basically.
It's definitely not as melee focused as Rivals, I would say. But I think recently they've definitely added a few melee. I know they added some. I don't remember her name. I don't remember anyone's name. But they added a
me neither.
A woman with a sword. And she,
I mean, that's all you need is a woman with a sword.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong pull. Yeah.
But I like Ramatra. He's so good. I think I like the tanks in Overwatch better. They're more varied, and I feel like they're stronger in Overwatch compared to Rivals. In Rivals, though, I think I like the healers and the DPS more. I think DPS or damagers, whatever, are just more varied, and I think the healers are just better overall.
Okay,
but we'll move on from that.
Enough MOBA talk or hero shooter. Who the fuck plays Pokemon Go in 2026, R2?
Me.
You say that. One of my friends has been complaining because he keeps wanting to do stuff with his friends. And he's like, they're all playing Pokemon Go.
Wow, I didn't know that was still so popular. R2, tell me about it.
Yeah, I still play Pokemon Go. I am starting to fall off of it slowly. I'm starting to lose interest in it. I've caught all of the Kanto Pokemon. Because I think back in March they had a whole event. And it gave you the opportunity to just catch all the Gen 1 Pokemon. So now I have everyone from Charmander to Mew. Mew's the last one, right?
It's 151, yeah.
Yeah, Mew is last in the Pokemon.
Okay, yeah. So I have all those Pokemon. I feel like I could like probably put this in completion. I mean, the game started with Kanto, so
yeah, true.
Is that so? Huh.
Yeah, it only started with Gen 1. I think only a few Gen 1 Pokemon, and then they've added more gradually over time.
That makes sense, yeah.
I think on year 2, that's when they added Generation 2, and then they've added a lot of stuff since then. I did start playing Pokemon Go back in 2019. I haven't been playing for like that whole entire 7 years?
Yeah.
6, 7 years. But I've been on and off, and I think I'm getting at another point where I'll probably stop playing it for another few months. Maybe I'll pick it up again. But also, I've heard that apparently Niantic, the company behind Pokemon Go, other than like Nintendo and Pokemon, whatever, apparently they've been doing some military stuff with their software.
Yeah, there's been reports about using the location data for drones.
Yep. It sucks ass. I used to be a huge Niantic fan, and this is like they've been kind of doing some weird things over the last decade or so, but it's kind of like the final straw. I'm done with their stuff.
Yeah,
it
See,
sucks.
this is why we know we don't live in a utopia. You can't play that. You can't put a drink in the 7-Eleven Slurpee and Pokemon Go funds drones.
Yeah, that honestly very much checks out, though. That's the way how things work.
Yeah.
Pokemon stay inside.
Pokemon gone.
Yeah, but I think I'll probably give up on Pokemon Go. I'm probably at a good point to stop anyway.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, clean 151, all shinies, I assume. Perfect IVs.
No,
surely.
A few shinies.
Do IVs even exist in Pokemon Go?
Pretty sure they do in some way. Yeah.
I've never played it, so.
Yeah, for the better.
The problem is it requires me to Pokemon Go outside.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That was one benefit. It did let me go outside more often.
Yeah.
I think with the job lately, I've been very focused on work. So I've kind of been tied inside a bit, more than I would like to.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I think there's other mobile games I can go to for that. I have a few
Almost
DS
certainly.
fitness games I could
let's go.
rely on as well.
Oh, you could get those Game Boy Advance games, Tokai or whatever, the ones that charge from the sun.
Oh,
Boktai.
Boktai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played one of those. That's pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll probably move on from Pokemon Go. I think there's a zombie mobile game. I haven't looked into it at all. But I think you're supposed to run away from zombies, and it keeps track of like how many steps you've taken, like in real life. I don't remember the name. I don't remember anything about it. I could be completely talking out my ass, but I think there is something like
I could see that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. The next one I've been playing, and finally going back to the Tetris talk, is Fortress.
Thank God.
Yeah. Finally, something Matt cares about.
This is something I played in my childhood, and I somewhere along the way, I think my mom got rid of it, as she usually would with the older games. When I didn't play my Game Boy Advance anymore.
God damn it,
back
Mom.
when I couldn't appreciate it. I was at a gaming store like 2 weeks ago, and I saw it there, so I bought it immediately. And I started playing it last night in preparation for the podcast. And it's pretty good. I think there's another Tetris game like this. Was it Twisty Towers?
Tricky Towers, I think it is called.
Tricky Towers. Yeah. It's similar to that, although Tricky Towers seems like there's a lot more modes and stuff to it. So that might be the better game. But I like Fortress. You can build a whole castle or whatever out of blocks. Every once in a while, they'll give you the 2x2 blocks, and those 2x2 blocks are actually abilities or weapons that you can place on your tower, and they'll shoot at the other building, or I think some pieces spawn like depending on which map you're playing on, it could spawn like a dragon or a UFO.
It's so sick.
Or a dinosaur, and I think a giant parrot for
what
the pirate map.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah. There's only 4 maps. There's space, pirate. I want to say
medieval, probably
medieval.
fantasy.
Yeah, and then prehistoric.
Ooh, dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's too bad this is not NSO because it has like a multiplayer mode.
Yeah, I wish it was on NSO. Although it would be on the expansion pack, which I don't really want to pay money for.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, there are a good amount of games on that, but I also have a good amount of games already on the Game Boy Advance that have kind of been.
I mean, that's fair. But it's like $4.99. So.
Yeah, I like Fortress. I wanted to play more of it last night, but I did a second playthrough of one of the maps. You can only play one map at a time, and I wanted to go onto the other map. But halfway through, it crashed
What?
randomly.
How do you find so many crashes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried playing it a third time on the pirate map. It crashed again.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
That makes me think maybe your card is just fucked for that one.
Probably. I opened it up because I wanted to see if it was either fake or if maybe the cart was damaged and I just didn't notice. The cart looks good. It looks legit. So I don't know what's going on with it. I did play it one more time again this morning and it worked fine. So I don't know if maybe the contacts were dirty.
Oh,
I guess, yeah, that could be it then.
I wish I had more time with it. There's other modes to it too. I just did the regular battle mode to start with. I think there's like a championship mode, and I wish I
Oh.
touched on that because if it's a whole like story mode or something, I'm in.
we're still back.
You messaged me before on the Discord about this game because I didn't know about it, and legit looks like it rules. I have a limited emulation number for myself this year, but this might actually take one of those spots. It sounds really cool.
Alright. I think that and Klonoa are two games that you've talked about and so you might take two of those spots, so it'll be interesting if you do.
Yeah, although for Klonoa I did buy the Steam
Oh,
version.
that was right,
but
Steam.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
so I'm
I
not gonna emulate it.
God, what was the other game you mentioned? I could have sworn you mentioned the second game.
Yeah, there probably was something. Can't think of it right now. But Fortress is at the top of my head right now.
It's very important.
Yeah.
The final game on my list is Squeak Cross, Home Squeak Home.
Yeah.
This is what I'm interested in.
Yeah. It's great. It's Picross, but you make furniture for mice.
Hell yeah.
You make furniture through Picross. I started it last year. It's good. It has a lot of Picross puzzles as well. I think I've counted 400 so far, and I'm only at like 100.
Oh, jeez.
It's a lot. I'm always slow when it comes to Picross. I just take my time with it, play a few puzzles, put it down for a few days. Eventually, I'll pick it back up again. So I'm slowly making through my way, but I'm loving it. You can customize your mouse's house.
Right.
They can have multiple rooms. You can color the furniture based on I think there's like a hard mode and an easy mode for puzzles. I think once you finish the hard mode, you can color the different pieces of furniture, which is nice. I think it was on the Wholesome Direct last year, which is where I heard of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Really recommend everyone to watch those kinds of showcases for good quality games.
But yeah, Squeakcross, I feel like I've heard a bunch of people mention that here and there and being into it. So it seems like it's doing well.
Yeah, I had the demo for this and I played it for a little bit, but the problem on my end is that I don't really like Picross games that much. So as much as I really wanted to furnish this mouse's house, it was not going to happen.
Unfortunately, it is very Picross heavy, so I don't think you'll enjoy it that much.
I was like, maybe I'll have motivation if I have to do his house or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you a bed and you're gonna get us some coffee and all these things. And I was like, no, man, I think you're just gonna have to sit in that hole in the wall on the floor.
Jesus, how sad.
It's okay. They moved into R2, is the hole in the wall, and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I know for me, I have to be really in the mood for Picross in order to continue playing. And if I'm not in the mood for Picross, I'm just not playing it at that point.
Right.
So
he
needs a little more furniture.
One day.
Yeah.
Oh, a wonderful mouse mansion.
Right.
That's everything.
Yup. So that's all the games that you've been spending time with lately, which brings us to the actual main discussion topic of this episode, which
That's right.
is one that we have already mentioned plenty, the Nokia N-Gage. And of course, the first question that we would have answered, starting this section up, which we already kind of answered in bits and pieces. What the fuck is the Nokia N-Gage? Maybe R2, as the expert, you would like to give a brief summary of what this gadget
It's
is.
the N-Gage.
Yeah. So the Nokia N-Gage is a phone and handheld system all in one.
Yeah.
In my head, it's one of the first examples of like modern gaming on like phones today. I think it's just kind of like the one of the first early examples of, nowadays you can play Resident Evil 4 on your mobile phone. Well, on this phone, you can play Tomb Raider. You can play a bunch of other real games, rather than just something like Snake or Candy Crush.
All right.
It's one of the early examples of that. It's really good. They made two versions of it. There's the regular N-Gage and then the QD version. I don't know what the exact differences are. I do know that in the first N-Gage game, in order to change out the cartridges, you had to remove the battery
Yep.
and change the cartridge.
Yeah, I remember that shit from my N-Gage here.
Yeah, most annoying shit ever, I imagine.
Mhm.
I have the QD version, thankfully, which they fixed that. I don't have to deal with that.
Thank God.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to say you mentioned earlier the N-Gage being probably one of the earliest examples for like sort of modern style mobile gaming, and you did mention you can play Resident Evil 4 on your smartphone these days, but we can't forget that you were able to play Resident Evil 1 on the Gamecom in the 90s. So
Yeah.
doesn't that beat the N-Gage?
Yeah, but it's awesome. That's true.
But it's also
I don't know.
trash. Yeah.
It's also on the
Maybe
games.
Snake Balls in
Yeah.
the Gamecom. I think emails. I think you could do emails.
For sure, emails. Okay, maybe you couldn't take calls, but I kind of thought you could. Well, I just had that thought earlier. Yeah, the N-Gage, you have the new version. I used to have the old version when I was a teenager, although I think I only had it for a year or two. I genuinely do not remember like really interacting with it much. And like I said earlier, I do know I had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and Tomb Raider 1, which neither of which I played much of, I don't think. And I genuinely think that's mostly because both those games seem very I mean, they are both sort of platformers in their own ways, and they both are very much relying on how good they feel to control. And I think, for me, at the very least, the N-Gage was not a game that was well suited for like action games where you had to use precise inputs and the like. I think that was
Yeah, it doesn't
ultimately
seem like it would be.
yeah, I think that was ultimately my problem. I think generally, if I had different kind of games on there, that would probably like make it better. I think I just had a shit assortment of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure if you had like Puyo or something.
Oh yeah, that would change things. I wouldn't be the Tetris guy now. I would be a Puyo guy.
You'd be the Puyo guy.
Let's change the trajectory of everything you've ever known.
So the question is though, and sort of the reason why we are talking about this, why are we obsessed about the Nokia N-Gage? I guess you already mentioned kind of that this was for you basically the starting point of your collection, of your niche interest in weird platforms. So that's kind of the reason, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely
Doesn't need to be more complicated.
Yeah, I'm probably a little biased towards it just because it is one of the first ones. But I just love the weirdness of it.
Yeah.
To me, there's nothing else like it. I mean, I know there's the Game.com and whatever, and
Yeah.
and obviously phones today can play much more powerful games than this can now.
Yeah. But they're not dedicated, you know?
Yeah. To me, this was like a time where companies also just tried to do different shit.
Yeah.
They tried to be experimental. Most companies probably don't do that nowadays. You don't see Nokia making phones in the shape of tacos anymore, unfortunately.
True.
Yeah.
There's less innovation, yeah.
We need more taco-shaped phones.
Yeah, that would fix us. I'm wondering now though. I wonder if the Nokia N-Gage might be the gaming platform with the most buttons, because it has 21 face buttons plus D-pads. So,
Maybe.
Well, I think it kind of depends because there's some that have used like a keyboard. Does that count?
That's true. There is the that one GameCube controller with an entire keyboard built into it.
yeah, but that's not the standard controller.
But I think there's one or two consoles like their standard controller is a keyboard.
Okay.
Like some like niche Chinese bullshit.
I guess.
Like television?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the Intellivision. That's not it, but
I
I
don't
don't
think the Intellivision has 21 keys. If
Keys.
I'm remembering that one ancient Angry Video Game Nerd episode correctly. It's definitely up there. And you would think the N-Gage would actually, like the developers would actually make use of all the buttons. I feel like that would I don't know, work for a real-time strategy game or something where a lot of shortcut buttons would make sense, maybe. But I don't think something for Ashen or whatever, like a shooter. You're not gonna require all those buttons. In fact, they would honestly make it worse, I feel.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think most of Ashen's buttons were either for jumping or switching out the weapons. It definitely wasn't very intuitive.
Yeah. That's actually, that's the important word, yeah.
It made things very overcomplicated for a lot of games.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider especially, just trying to figure out all the buttons, what they all do. I know Requiem of Shadow or Requiem of Hell had the 1, 2, and 3 buttons. Those were the magic spells you could cast, which I thought that worked.
Yeah, hotkeys for RPG mechanics. Actually, that makes so much sense. Yeah, that would be a strong use for this.
Yeah.
At least be AUs.
Yeah.
It also had some button combos you could do for different attacks.
Oh my god.
Which I never really use. I just use the main one. But
maybe that's why the game was so maybe you didn't need to do so much grinding if you had used the combos, huh?
Not really. The grinding was more based on item drops, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if fighting games you could use the bun combos to shortcut fighting game inputs.
Maybe.
Like a cheater.
I wonder if there's even a fighting game in the
there's gotta be
N-Gage library. I'm not sure.
It has to be.
There's a wrestling game. There's a WWE wrestling game.
Yeah.
Alright, N-Gage, what have you got?
Worms, Red Faction.
Worms. See, Worms. I'm not actually sure. I might have actually had Worms World Party as a teenager.
Yeah, I guess maybe they didn't have a fighting game.
I don't remember playing it much, though. I feel like Worms would be the kind of game that would actually work much better on the console than something like an action game.
There's a King of Fighters Extreme.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there it is. There we go.
$160. Oh my god.
You gotta do it, dog. It's your destiny.
I'll probably do it sometime.
You gotta get King of Fighters and then report back to us.
Of course. I should have enough money for that.
I would hope so. So you already mentioned a couple of N-Gage games that you really liked, being in the recently playing stuff. Obviously, Operation Shadow is on top right now. We already mentioned Ashen as like one of the earlier classics that we both engaged with. What else are like actually good N-Gage games that you might not have mentioned yet today?
Pathway to Glory.
Oh,
That was the original game that actually beat out Ashen before.
oh my God!
Yeah.
Ashen really fell off.
It did. It did. Pathway to Glory is like a tactics game, which you'd think wouldn't really be that great, but it was really good. It's military, like, modern military, maybe like Korean War, Vietnam type stuff. I really enjoyed it. It was really hard though, and I had to follow a walkthrough the whole time. And there's official walkthroughs out there sometimes for games, not for everything. It's a hard life out there sometimes as an N-Gage player.
For the N-Gagers out there.
It's hard being an N-Gage, man.
Pathway to Glory was really good. Elder Scrolls Travel's Shadow Key. That one was also really good. Just like in the case of Tomb Raider, I've never played an Elder Scrolls game before playing this.
It's kind of dope. Yeah, how many first touching points you have on that platform.
Yeah, I've never played Skyrim, but I played Shadow Key.
Hell yeah.
We all gotta start somewhere. Sometimes we start with Pete.
Yeah.
It was really good. You can tell it's an ancient game, though. I have a feeling most people, I'm singing high praises. I think most people, if they went into this game, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this? This is not good at all." But I really enjoyed it. I think I mentioned it before. It is $200. So
Jesus fuck.
Maybe emulate it instead if you can.
I mean, what's $200 in the grand scheme of life? I guess.
Put down $200 for an N-Gage and $200 more for the best games of the system.
I will say, this coming up, is it okay if I ask a question about the N-Gage? Because it is one I seriously wondered.
Sure.
Before you do that, I do want to mention that Pathway to Glory actually has a sequel that is also on the N-Gage, and I hope that is on your radar.
It's on my wish list. I mean, every N-Gage game is on my wish list.
That's fair.
That's on the top of the list. I really want that one.
Hopefully it lives up to the expectations.
It's $300 though.
Fuck
Even
me,
more expensive than Shadow Key.
Christ.
Yeah.
But my question that was tying into what was said before and also the price was, if you do want to emulate the N-Gage, is there even any good emulation for it? Is there anything that kind of doesn't just emulate the N-Gage, but lives up to how the N-Gage feels? You know what I mean? No?
I'd say Matt has more experience with that than I do.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, when I tried to play Ashen and I was looking for emulators, there obviously wasn't much there. My best shot was an emulator for a smartphone, and that did run fine. The problem is though that, again, this is a platform with 21 face buttons, and if you don't have the haptic feedback of actual buttons, it is a nightmare to try to find those buttons on a touch screen without having to really pay attention. It takes a lot of the intuitive gameplay out of it, and that was ultimately why I never finished Ashen. From what I remember, at least at the time, there was an emulator for PC for Windows, but that seemed more like for hobby developers to poke around a game. I couldn't really get it to use it to play a game. It didn't seem like a polished, full-fledged software like you would with major platform emulators these days. I think this was just someone's private project.
Really, a lot of options. Then it sounds like
it's been a couple of years. Maybe some weirdo freakazoid that actually create a full-fledged emulator, which would be
It
cool.
would be good.
But even then, it would be kind of awkward to, like, you couldn't really map this to a regular gamepad, I guess, with all those buttons. I guess you would have to play on a keyboard, which is fine. But like either way, it seems like a project to set it up, you know?
Yeah. Because that's definitely the only way I'm playing the N-Gage anytime soon.
Yeah. I generally wish there is at some point an emulator because like R2 already mentioned, like those quality games that are actually like stuck on there, sort of. I would
Right.
legit like to play those. Like I've been saying back then, man, if somebody would do like a full conversion PC port of Ashen, that would actually rule as fuck. But I think many niche platform communities are out there and doing their things. But I think for the N-Gage, it's a different beast. I mean, I'm not on the N-Gage Discord. Maybe I'm just missing all of that. But it does seem like that's even tougher for like Virtual Boy stuff or whatever.
I did find this one. I just posted in the general chat of. I saw someone was running. It looks like Shadow Key on an emulator on some sort of device. It looks like a PS Vita, but it's not a PS Vita.
It's got ominous discoloration, so.
Yeah. But I think there's some stuff out there now. I kind of want to look into it.
I guess if you have one of those hobbyist handheld gadgets that run on Android, you could probably load up that emulator I had on my phone on there.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose so.
So maybe that's a way to do it, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it certainly requires digging. Or money if you want to get the actual physical thing. Which is probably the best way to play these. I wish I had my old N-Gage.
I do wish I had an emulator. I've noticed my N-Gage. There's like a little rubber part around it, and the right side of it is kind of like it's kind of becoming undone a little bit. Like it's kind of detaching from the system, which is sad. I wouldn't mind having an emulator just so I can not touch it as much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe you just need to buy a second N-Gage.
I want to get the original N-Gage at some point.
Goodness gracious.
I just want to get a second N-Gage for the multiplayer as well. But then I'd also a second person who would want to deal with an N-Gage.
Well, you played Overwatch for your friend, and now they have to return the favor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Matt, this is another reason for you to buy an N-Gage.
I don't think the N-Gage Bluetooth capabilities are gonna reach across the ocean, though.
You'll find a way to meet up at some point.
That would be pretty epic. I'm gonna lie.
God, now I'm just imagining the How Long to Beat Discord meets up, but it's exclusively for everyone to play the N-Gage.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would show up for that, unfortunately.
Probably not. But I would say maybe you can put the N-Gage emulator, if there is one of them that exists and is good, on like the Steam Deck. Because doesn't even have like some extra like features or whatever that you can maybe map some of the buttons to.
Yeah, there are some back buttons. I think that might work.
That would be cool, yeah.
Maybe you're missing like a button or two. You probably don't need every button.
Yeah, I assume you would have to like custom map every game anyway, depending on what they use, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody get on that and send us a message if you were successfully did it. That would be actually dope.
It would be.
Someone from the N-Gage Discord.
Yeah, where that N-Gage Discord at, dog? The N-Gagers gotta rise up.
The N-Core.
Okay, so you mentioned a bunch of good games already. Are there any more that you wanna shout out?
Not for good reasons.
Wait, are there games you want to shout out for bad reasons? I'm all ears.
The game for Void, yeah.
Super Monkey Ball. That game sucked ass.
How could they fuck up Super Monkey Ball? What?
It was so laggy. The performance was
Oh.
god awful. I played it like 2 years ago, I think. Oh my god. It was awful. That and Requiem of Hell are like the bottom of my list of N-Gage games.
Wow.
Yeah. Everything else, I mean, aside from Ashen, I pretty much played everything else in my backlog of N-Gage games, except for Sims Busting Out. I haven't touched that game yet.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I wanted to touch it before the podcast, but I just wasn't feeling motivated enough. Apparently, it's like 12 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I have the mentality to do that this year.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah. I guess you gotta stock up on N-Gage games for real though.
I do.
I mean, you know, if things go belly up, you want to have a good console by your side, like the N-Gage.
Good lord, man. The N-Gage doesn't even have Tetris.
That's true. It doesn't have Tetris, does it?
That is honestly shocking. Maybe that's the reason why it failed.
There you go.
No platform with Tetris ever failed.
But it has Puyo Pop, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but that's only like it's only like half Tetris. All right, so you're not in the mood for The Sims currently, but the platform has obvious potential for good games. And I'm curious, speaking outside of the realm of reality, what would be in your eyes, or maybe in all of our eyes, an ideal game for this platform? What do you think? What kind of game would actually work great on this, and would we like to see on there?
This is so basic of an answer, but I think Breakout would be good. There's
That
no
makes sense.
Wow.
Breakout could work on the N-Gage, so.
That would work for sure.
I don't think there's a Breakout game on the system, which is a shame. You'd think. Well, I think Breakout was pretty popular on like
That's awesome.
phones back then. Why is there no Breakout?
I mean, why is there
Such
no
a shame.
Snake? Every
I was
Nokia
gonna
phone
say,
had
yeah.
Snake.
It did well. I will say this: there probably was no Snake because they didn't want it to be like the other phones.
I guess so. But imagine what they could do with all of those face buttons, all of the directions the Snake could go into.
Welcome to Snake with full 360-degree movement.
Yeah.
So they didn't have Snake, the original one, but they did have snakes.
Oh?
On a plane?
Yeah.
On a phone.
I'm looking at screenshots of it, and I don't know what I'm looking at. Because it doesn't look like any Snake game I've ever played.
I'm very curious now.
Yeah.
I am as well.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't know how to describe it.
yeah, that's fucked up. Wow. That is truly the Nokia Snake game of the future right there. Jesus.
It is.
All right, well, now I've got to look it up with that response.
It's like the snakes broke out of the Matrix
Oh.
now, like
It's on drugs.
or that. Okay, maybe they were cooking with Snake. I guess I gotta take back my criticism.
Okay, this is weird.
Yeah.
Kind of neat, though. We're trying to find like a pre-done path.
Apparently, it was a downloadable game on the N-Gage website.
No, we are definitely being buffooned here. This is not N-Gage, the platform. This is N-Gage, the software download store that they had later on. A completely different thing. So we are definitely
still
being lied to. Wait, no, there's also a physical cartridge. I guess it's both.
Yeah.
Oh, is it both?
Yeah, no, the physical thing is a homebrew thing. That's a fan thing.
Okay, I love that the wiki says it is unclear if there are physical standalone copies of the game.
This Nokia Snake tangent is truly the peak of the How Long to Beat podcast, I want to say.
I mean, when you see Snake's Nokia, you gotta look into it.
Yeah, this is what the gamers need to hear about. Okay, so you said Breakout. Is that just because you like Breakout, or is there like actually a reason why it should be on the N-Gage specifically?
Okay. I mean, I don't really have like any love for Breakout exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hate it either. But
Good.
when I think of phone games, I I think of Breakout because I remember my mom when she had a BlackBerry or whatever.
Mm.
She would
Oh
have
yeah.
Breakout on that, and she'd play it constantly. So in my mind, that's like the pinnacle 2000s mobile game. It's like
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I think I think it needs Breakout. I think every 2000s phone should have Breakout.
But they need to make use of all of that button space. What would they do? What would they add to Breakout to make use of all of those face buttons? Let's brainstorm this. I mean, I guess you could do special abilities that are mapped on specific buttons, something like that.
Yeah, if you get like upgrades that fall down or whatever, you can maybe activate one.
Maybe
I
you
don't
could
know.
even use like the top number buttons as directions for a shooting mechanic at the same time as you're catching the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone needs to write this down.
So you actually move. I mean, you do move the pedal with the D-pad on your left-hand side, and then you could use the face buttons on your right-hand side to shoot at the same time to break blocks that way. I guess I feel like that could actually work. Some additional layers to this breakout game.
You know, while we're talking about theoretical N-Gage games, I do
Yeah.
want to say something. It always surprised me that, to my knowledge, there's no N-Gage games that, like, use voice in any way. You know what I mean?
Because it's a phone?
Yeah, well, think about it. It's a phone.
I
Like,
guess.
normally it won't use it because, like, there's no microphone built into the game, but, like, it's a phone.
I guess that's true, huh?
Some
Yeah.
games might have voice chat for like
Oh.
Alright.
like some multi stuff.
That must
Huh.
be the worst voice chat a human being has ever heard.
I don't know. Surely there's some crusty ass like Wii accessory
Wait.
that sucked more ass.
No, but imagine also there was Call of Duty on the N-Gage. Imagine
Oh,
being in a
true.
Call of Duty voice chat lobby on the N-Gage.
I mean, sick.
That's gamer hell.
Can you imagine if I had crossplay?
No. No,
I just no.
definitely not.
Could not imagine. But like, this is a Nintendo ass idea. But even imagine like there's an RPG and you could use like the 1 minute voice, like recording as like I don't know an intro or something to battles. I don't know. As outside of just using it for gameplay functions.
Yeah, I must imagine there was just literally no technical ability for something like that to even process that, probably.
Hey You Pikachu had been out like 6 years ago.
Yeah, but not on the N-Gage. That's
true. And Hey You Pikachu did need its own peripheral.
Yeah. But yeah, that would have been sick actually.
I'm trying to think of anything.
I mean, yeah, I'm still thinking. I mean, I kind of already said this earlier that I'm like an RTS would actually kind of go hard, actually making use of all the buttons. I'm not an RTS guy, but I feel like on this platform I would actually be into trying that.
Yeah.
It's just that I think this game with the unintuitive button layout needs a slow game where the reaction time is not that important.
Yeah.
I want to hear from Roy and Leah, who have literally no hands-on experience with an N-Gage. What kind of game would make you consider a purchase of a physical N-Gage?
Well, this answer is going to be a bit multi-layered because there's two answers I gotta kind of say. First off, if I wasn't poor, I would already consider the purchase of an N-Gage.
Yeah.
So the obstacle is more monetary than video game wise.
Fair.
And then I'll actually have to probably think about the game, so Leah can take over from this part. And then I'll come back to it.
I mean, similar. I think when I was in college, somebody had an N-Gage, and they had the Sims game for it, and
Oh,
I think
yeah.
like Tomb Raider and like maybe some shooter or something. And I thought that was like peak technology at the time because I was like, I love video games, and all I had was like a flip phone. So like anybody who had something other than a flip phone, like if you had the internet on your phone, you were
Right.
like miles beyond me. So like so the fact that I was like, you can play full video games that aren't like, you know, a Game Boy game or whatever. And I was like, and there's actual video games made for this platform. I was like, that would be amazing. If it was available on my carrier and I had the money, I would have bought it at the time. But now, yeah, like every once in a while, whenever R2 mentions it on the Discord, I'm like, how much can I get this for? What if I did this myself and just bought like a lot of games and the N-Gage and played it in 2026? But yeah,
I mean, the N-Gage itself seems reasonably affordable. I don't know about all the games, but
like from time to
Yeah.
time, I look up like this is gonna age me a lot, but like I remember in high school, like everybody had the Nextel phones that were like the walkie-talkies or whatever, and I wanted those so badly. And like obviously it won't run on any carrier now, but I'm like I every once in a while I check eBay. I'm like, what if I just get it just to have the thing as a collectible in my house finally?
Right.
So like at least the N-Gage would be usable.
that's true. The N-Gage would have some value.
Yeah, there's more value in that than me just buying a phone that I can't use just to like have it finally.
Yeah,
So
true.
so in that sense, the N-Gage is miles ahead of other things that I've been window shopping online.
But what's the
So I
magical
would probably
fantasy
get
game? Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, I would probably get the Sims game. Although nowadays
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
not because now I'm kind of like saving up for Paralives. So I think maybe Sims is out. Sims is finally losing the
The glimmer.
the lead here on life simulation games.
Right.
But I mean, obviously, Glitterati seems to be like the peak one here from this conversation that I
Honestly,
might track
yeah.
that down.
I mean, we were big into Glitterati.
We'll just track down one copy and then share it among us all. Yeah, I would probably play like a Tomb Raider or something. I always really appreciated like those tiny little games that you could play on your phone, even if like you could play it on a bigger like every once in a while I'll download something from my phone too, and I'm just like Infinity Nikki, I was playing on my phone and the PlayStation at the same time,
Right,
and I was
yeah.
like, this is mind blowing. Like in college, I would not have like been able to do this. This is great just because I can do it now. This is great. So those sort of games probably were like, remember how I played this game on a better looking system, but I can play it on this phone. This is great.
That's
So
awesome.
that's probably where I would be.
I mean, for me, my first thought is that something that would both play well on the N-Gage and I'd probably want to play some kind of RPG of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't
Yeah.
require super fast button presses. I actually was kind of surprised looking at the list. I feel like there basically aren't any RPGs on here. I assume they're too big.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple, and I
But-
mean, R2 did mention Requiem of Hell.
Shadow Key.
Yeah, and there's Shadow Key, and those are probably like the only
right,
two I
yeah.
played.
But I mean, like, I'm looking down the list, and like that's basically it for the RPGs. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, Civilization's on here. That's already interesting. Although it's Civilization 2, and even though it says Civilization, so whatever. But
It's the first on N-Gage.
what would be like the dream game? It's hard to say, honestly. I mean, I will say, I would love this. This wouldn't be what gets me to buy the game, but it's just something I would love. Would be if they put like some Atari Jaguar fighting game that used the keypad on the N-Gage.
That would be
It has all
the smallest niche audience in the fucking world. Jesus Christ.
It would be, and it would. And you also know that would like play like total ass, right?
Yeah.
It would play so much.
Yeah. Okay, here's an idea. Actually, I think I can like tie this together a bit with a fantasy game. What would actually make me pay those $200 for an N-Gage probably would be an RPG game, probably like a homebrew thing that is actually made by a modern developer on the N-Gage, set in, I don't know, some sort of cyber world, and it has the turn-based fights, but it also has mini game boss fights or whatever that are based on classic Nokia phone games, where you would have your Snake stage and your Breakout stage and whatever, but in some sort of like techie fantasy story about, I don't freaking know, trying to escape a technological nightmare or something and fighting all these cyber demons or whatever, not Doom related.
Jesse,
like-
what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just spinning up a yarn here with all the ideas that we have been sharing. I think that would actually be kind of a killer N-Gage game. That's sort of a Nokia homage RPG or something. Maybe I'm the only dreamer here.
Some of the best philosophers were.
Lunatics.
I mean, as Socrates once said, the N-Gage needs more games.
That's true. That's true. He did say that.
Also, Tetris would be good on there.
You know what? Yeah, let's just say Tetris. Never mind everything we just said before that. Well, the next question on our docket would be: should it be revived? Should we bring back the N-Gage? It seems
Yeah,
like it's
go for it.
unanimous yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the kind of guy where I'm like, fuck yeah, the Virtual Boy. So I'm kind of the target audience for dumb shit like this.
But if it
We
being
need the niche consoles again. I missed that.
right, but how would an N-Gage like compete with an actual smartphone realistically? Is there any way that
Once.
this
But like,
could?
let's
I
be
mean,
real. If the N-Gage comes back, it's not to compete with smartphones. It's as a niche product for people like us that's going to be sold like a
It's like, yeah, it's like the
NES
Playdate.
Mini. Yeah.
But how would we like stop it from being just another smartphone with cartridges? It needs to have like more of a uniqueness factor than just that, right?
I mean,
Does it?
better multiplayer. That's not relegated to Bluetooth.
I think the smartphone
I mean,
servers
if you
beat at
ask-
that as well.
I mean, if you ask me, it should just work like it did back in the day. That itself makes it just make it suck ass.
Right, so just a one-to-one reproduction.
Multiplayer over the internet, or you can only do multiplayer with a 1-inch cable connected to the tiniest
Yeah.
connection ever. Just be face to face with your opponent. Look them in the eye.
I mean, I suppose if you wanted an actual option, if you want like an actual opinion, the
Yeah.
biggest issue in my mind with things like smartphones is that all the phone games that aren't like built for mobile, you don't have tactile feedback. It's always like a virtual keyboard, stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So if you
Here
want,
we go.
if you want like a serious answer, I would make it so that the new N-Gage in some way works really good with like an actual physical like controller or keyboard kind of thing that works like that. So you can play games like that with actual tactile feedback. Maybe a way to get a control stick on there. I'm not really sure how easy or feasible that would be. Maybe one that snaps on and off like those adjustable Microsoft controllers or whatever. But like, if you want an actual option, that's one thing that I think bugs a lot of video game people with smartphones, that it lacks a tactile feedback.
Yeah, I mean there are of course Bluetooth controllers you can connect to your phone, but yeah, I think if it was built into the shell, that might actually be a selling point to
The
some
N-Gage
people.
needs a fight stick. Just
That would
Yeah,
be
it's the N-Gage
accessory.
fight stick.
Yeah.
how would you how would you build that in a way that it still like fits in your pocket like a phone?
You don't. You have to suffer.
Touche.
You have to
Okay.
suffer. People walk around with their laptops and their mice and their keyboards all the time. Figure it out. Bring your N-Gage
Right.
and your fight stick to your tournament.
I
Jesus
mean,
Christ.
hear me out. Maybe you make the N-Gage, and it has a modular, like, connective, like the Switch 2 has like the magnetic switch things that connect.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you make something that's like a modular controller thing that snaps onto it. That's physical rather than like a Bluetooth thing. So you can like either bring it around in your pocket as a phone, or you can snap little controllers on it or whatever.
I do like
Maybe
that
something like
actually.
that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Roy with the serious answer.
I will write it up and send it to the designer department.
Yeah, we'll just send it to Nokia.
Yeah. They're still around, kinda.
Yeah, the R&D department at Nokia.
Yeah.
I think a smartphone with like the N-Gage button, maybe not the N-Gage buttons, but like N-Gage style buttons would probably work. But that thing would be so bulky as well.
Well, yeah.
Man.
I think that there is a market for it because there's a lot of phones coming out. Like there's cases for phones now that have like a physical keyboard, and there's also other phones that are coming out that are like, hey, here's a slide out keyboard or some
yeah.
accessory that will give you a keyboard. So I feel like the market's coming around again. Nature is healing in that aspect.
That's
That is
true. That's
true.
fair.
I know Sony. I know Sony had a deal with some phone manufacturer.
Oh, yeah.
They put in like a whole controller as like the slide portion of a phone.
Oh my god.
I have one. I don't remember what it's called. It was
Like recently, or are we talking the past?
Past at like maybe 2010s past. Like I think it came out around the
Right. Isn't that
same time as like
the Sony
PSP.
Ericsson Xperia or something?
Yes, the Xperia Play. Yes.
Play, yeah. I had the one that was not Play when I was younger. Okay.
Yeah.
Bro did not come to play.
No, I just had a keyboard to write stuff. Yeah, I guess that would be cool, yeah. No, actually, that would be kind of sick. Surely that exists somewhere, though, now, right? Can't imagine that market is completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's not, it's coming for sure.
And I will say one last thing on the general point of bringing back the N-Gage or whatever. Something that will never happen, but I would love if it happened, is if any of like the old consoles, your Genesis, your SNES, or Game Boy Advance, or N-Gage, or whatever, because surely the components are much cheaper nowadays because they're all old as shit, is if there was a company that just got all those components and like, fuck it, we're just putting it back on the market, release games for it as like a budget system.
Yeah, I actually don't.
Just revive the Genesis for $100 a pop.
It would be cool, but I actually think. I'm not an expert, but I actually think building modern hardware to make that one is cheaper than actually trying to find outdated technical designs.
Admittedly, I had the thought of just like, I don't know, commissions to some factories or some old shit that's not doing much. Fuck it. Go make old components for the Genesis. I'm not saying it's financially sound. I'm saying it'd be
right,
cool.
Yeah. I know, but I do agree. I mean, there are, of course, all those emulation boxes that are out there for some retro consoles. I do keep hoping that they would like move forward. When do we get the PS2 emulation box or whatever? Like that sort of thing. They seem to be kind of stuck in a specific generation, sadly. But yeah, N-Gage would be good. I don't know how one would actually justify the physical cartridges for an N-Gage. I don't think they would fly. But then again, the Playdate box as well. Let's just reproduce this. Let's get the factory going, and then we'll see how much moolah we are gonna make.
Yeah. And the thing I'm saying too is like not just some people made like an emulation box, whatever. I mean like Sega.
Yeah, like an official thing.
It's just officially out.
It would be cool for sure.
An N-Gage mini?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that would be dope. True.
I mean, what's Nokia doing really?
Some old people phones. Although I did actually look into Nokia phones and was seriously considering getting one.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Back to the roots.
I've been in those phases too.
They had come back out with like an old school looking handset a while ago.
A headset?
I mean, flip phones are making a comeback, so
it's kind of true, yeah. So that was talking about reviving the hardware basically, and close to that is the conversation about homebrew games. Coincidentally, R2 already had the tapeworm thing, the Parasite pack, mentioned in his games that he recently played. I wonder, like that was the big homebrew N-Gage project that I had on my radar. I wonder if there's more. R2, do you know if there's any more activity? What's the N-Gage Discord brewing?
Just looking at the Discord, they have like a section of channels dedicated to projects.
Oh hell yeah!
And the ones I'm seeing are stuff like Celeste Classic.
Jesus.
Leisure Suit Larry.
That was an unreleased N-Gage game, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Probably like a restoration project or something along those lines.
Yeah, because like Leisure Suit Larry Pocket Party.
You gotta have the sleaze on the go. Yeah.
Is Tetris there?
I don't see one. I see Wordle.
All right, Wordle, let's go.
Roy, you
There
got
you
your
go.
dream N-Gage game right there.
Why you would play Wordle on the N-Gage, but let's go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Honestly, looking at pictures, it doesn't seem too bad. I imagine you'd use the number pad for the letters.
That's a good use for those.
Yeah, something called Hinter Wars. I don't know what that is.
Winter Wars?
The text channel says recovering what has been lost. So I guess this is like a lost N-Gage. Whoa!
Doesn't look like there's much original stuff though in the wars.
Hinter Wars, the Ethereum Invasion. Yeah, that's a canceled one. A prototype has been found though.
The only original thing I know that's coming up is the Parasite pack guy apparently hinted at making and releasing another N-Gage game for the system.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm really
dude, Driver 3 was planned for the N-Gage.
I could see that, yeah. And actually, yeah. There might be a game for me on there. So what we're hearing is that there's generally an active community, but it's lacking in original games. Hopefully that will grow at some point.
Yeah.
It can't just be the I think Low Tech is their names, the Parasite people. Low Tech Games, yeah.
And looking at the Discord, some of the older projects haven't been posted in for a while.
Oh,
so
savage.
Nobody is engaging anymore. That's sad. At least I got one chuckle. Well, it is good to see that the homebrew community is existent in any way, at least for this thing. So the N-Gage, the spirit of the N-Gage lives on, not just through R2, which is cool. That was pretty much all of the pre-planned questions about the N-Gage specifically. Unless we want to say, do we have anything more about the N-Gage that we want to mention? Or ask the expert?
If you could go back in time and change one thing about the N-Gage, what would you change?
I would go to the Super Monkey Ball devs and I would yell at them for making a bad monkey ball thing.
All right, that works for me.
Fuck, dog. That's a priority right there. Okay.
Yeah.
People at least know now what N-Gage game to avoid. That is very valuable information.
There you go.
One last question I wanted to actually shoot at your direction. Not really N-Gage related, but your collection related again. Like, what are like some other odd platforms that you own that you like want to give an active shout out because I don't know, you think they're underrated, there's potential there, you like them, think they're neat?
So there's a few. There is.
I'm all ears.
So I'm sure everyone knows about the e-reader.
Oh yeah.
There's some like homebrew projects going on with that right now, and stuff. But that's actually not the one I want to shout out. The one I want to shout out is there's a similar peripheral on the DS called the Sega Card Reader. It's It's only worked on 3 games. One of them was a bug fighting game. It was a dress up game, and some educational game. but they all had like these neat little cards to them, and I think it's better than what the e-reader was, but it didn't live up to its full potential.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say not hard to be better than the e-reader.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that there's like a homebrew community out there for that, but it's so niche that I don't think many people know about it.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
this was probably a Japanese exclusive thing as well, wasn't it?
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But the DS is region free, so.
Oh, good point.
True.
Okay. Shit.
But I'm sure people don't have as much fondness to it as they do like the e-reader or the N-Gage.
Right. The bug fighting game that you mentioned is the Mushi King franchise.
Yeah.
Which we have on the Discord talked about pretty frequently, I feel like, about how that needs to be revived. And yeah, I'm all for this this DS scanner revival homebrew potential. If it also means that Mushi King lives again, that would be fantastic.
That'd make it all worth it, right?
Exactly.
Yes, it needs to live on. The other one I want to talk about, it's not as niche. I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. So there's DSi games, right?
Yeah.
All that. Did you know that there were 3 DSi games that were released? Actually, I think 5. But there were 3 physical DSi games that were released in the West, and they they use the DSi stuff like the camera, the microphone. I think you might be familiar with one of them, Matt, because I think we talked about it. It was the Pokemon one where if you take a picture of something, you'll get like a creature.
I remember.
Yeah. I remember I took a picture of like my poop, and I got like a goop monster.
I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to mention it here on the podcast. That is one of my favorite, like, How Long to Beat community moments. It's so fucking good. God damn it. The poop monster.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit confused. I thought DSi games were strictly download? Is that not the case?
The majority of them are. But for some reason, there were 5 that escaped containment and lived on as physical games. One of them's a makeup game. And the other one was like an alien defense game where you have to shoot at I can't remember what it's called. You have to shoot at like these aliens that spawn out, and you have to turn around and react. It's kind of like Face Raiders for the 3DS.
Yeah, that sounded like that. Yeah,
a very early version of that. It's neat. You can probably do better things on the 3DS. People have done better things on the 3DS.
Like homebrew things?
I don't know about homebrew thing. I'm sure people have homebrewed it. But just better game like stuff in general. I mean, like Face Raiders is so much better than that DSi game that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Oh, System Flaw. That's what it was. System Flaw.
That's not the name that I would expect from like a, I don't know, picture shooter or whatever.
No, and just like its name hints at, it does have a lot of flaws to it.
Nicely done.
You can't say they had false advertising.
Yeah.
True.
Fuck. I forgot that the DSi was so unique in its hardware capabilities.
It was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they got rid of the Game Boy slot, which
that
really
sucks.
sucked.
Yeah. I think that was the one reason why I never got a DSi back in the day.
You can't play Guitar Hero on it.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one time I had a 3DS and my dad bought me Guitar Hero for my birthday.
That sucks.
I can't. I still have it. It's still sealed. I need to get an original. I need to get an original DS.
Day.
Yeah, I never told him I couldn't play it.
Fuck. I would actually be interested in hearing your experience of that. All right. Any other odd things in your collection, or?
I think that's the main stuff. I'm sure there's other weird stuff, but nothing jumps out in my mind. Maybe I'm just so used to all this stuff, I don't see it as weird anymore.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I love hearing the updates of your weird purchases because that definitely brings some unexpected color into the gaming discussions on the Discord and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's dope shit.
I enjoy seeing it.
There needs to be more weird shit.
Damn straight, that's what I keep saying. Well, that brings us to the final section of this episode, which is going to be a little round of Guess the Game, where the aim of the game is to guess the game. The concept of this is as follows. I picked out a game that you, R2, have completed according to your How Long to Beat profile. And I picked out a couple of completion notes for the main plus and the 100% category. And I will be giving you three a completion note, starting with the main category. And you will all have a shot at guessing what this game is to win honor and glory. The earlier you guess the game, the more you get of honor and glory. Again, obviously, this is a game that R2 has beaten, so as the honored guest, you have a bit of an advantage. But this is, I assure everybody, a game that we all know about. It is not like an obscure oddity. So,
Makes sense.
All right. The first completion node, a main completion, comes from user Voodoo Zen, who played for 17 hours and 45 minutes. They wrote, I got lost a lot. I died a lot. Fun game though. What game is this?
Got lost a lot. They died. What was the exact time again?
17 hours, 45 minutes.
That's a bit longer one.
I think it's Hollow Knight.
All right, you're looking in Hollow Knight for this round. What do the others say?
The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
I would say Celeste.
All right, that's the three guesses, and I can say that you are all wrong. None of you got it.
Alright.
So we're moving on to the main plus category. Here, user Monek H wrote, played for 23 hours and 23 minutes, and they wrote, played the remastered version, but with classic textures and classic controls. First time in live.
Remaster. This time in live.
Beyond Good and Evil?
I'm gonna say Tomb Raider.
So Beyond Good and Evil and Tomb Raider are so far locked in.
Yeah.
Those are some good options. Classic controls and textures. The first Spyro the Dragon game in the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah. Okay. So
Also thought a lot of that.
good guesses, and one of you got it right. Leah, you are correct. It is Tomb Raider.
Oh.
So you win honor and glory.
That makes sense.
I feel like I haven't. Well, we haven't been playing Guess the Game anyway. But I feel like
Yeah.
I would have loved to use an N-Gage game for this game, but obviously those don't have any completion notes except R2 maybe himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically, Tomb Raider is an N-Gage game since, as we talked about it before, was
that was the
ported,
only reason it was in my mind.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sorry to say that R2 and Roy, you both lost and will be punished after recording. And this means that we are gonna say thank you everybody for listening to our N-Gage rambling in this episode. I hope all of you were hyped up to grab your nearest Nokia device and do some gaming, or maybe even join the Epic N-Gage Discord as a parallel playground to the How Long to Beat Discord. Thank you very much, R2, for being guest on this episode. It was a joy to have you share your expertise with us.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was very, very enlightening when it comes to the N-Gage and its bevy of games.
It was very, very engaging conversation.
It was very enlightening.
Fuck. All right, and with that, we are all out of here. Goodbye.
Bye.
Make sure to comment so we get more N-Gage later.
Fucking hell. Alright, that's it.